So now the Browns not only have the ammunition to go up and get their quarterback in 2026, they're now taking two shots this year, three if you count Kenny Pickett, to just go, let's put all these guys in the room.
Shedeur Sanders just did something without even saying much. He forced the Browns' trade rumor machine to slow down. For weeks, people kept pushing the idea that the Browns could move him before training camp. They said teams were calling. They said the Browns might listen. They said Shedeur was not really part of the future. But then Tom Pelissero stepped in and shut it down. He said, put zero stock in the idea that the Browns are looking to trade Shedeur. And just like that, the whole narrative started falling apart. Pelissero did not dance around it. He did not say maybe. He did not feed the rumor. He basically told people to stop treating this like a real Browns plan. And that matters because Pelissero is not a fan channel. He is not a local radio host looking for a hot topic. He is an NFL insider. So when he says the trade talk does not deserve much stock, the rumor loses power fast.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, so earlier this week,
go ahead.
There was reports, rumors, whatever, that the Browns may be listening to trade rumors for Shedeur Sanders. Then yesterday, Jeremy Fowler of ESPN had this to say about the Browns quarterback. Quote, the Shedeur Sanders factor where, if he doesn't get the job, is he the right backup for your team? I don't know the answer to that. Maybe he is, and he is a young player, so he's got some time. I still go back to he was a fifth-round pick. I think if Shedeur were to lose the job, it would be interesting to see how he handles that, and if the Browns feel like maybe there's some tension there, maybe they do facilitate a trade.
That is where the chaos started. The rumors sounded simple. Teams are calling about Shedeur. The Browns may be listening. Maybe Cleveland does not see him as the guy. But that was always the problem. There wasn't enough real substance behind it. There was no clear offer, no clear team, no real logic, just a cloud of noise around a quarterback who was still in the middle of a QB1 battle. And that's why Shedeur forced the media to back up. Not by yelling, not by posting, not by calling anyone out. He forced it because the football logic did not support the rumor. Cleveland has Deshaun Watson, but Watson still has major questions. The Browns have Dylan Gabriel, but he still has to prove his place. They have Taylon Green, but he is a project. So why would they rush to trade the one quarterback who still gives them upside?
You've heard Andrew Berry and Todd Monken talk about the differences night and day as far as the work he's put in the offseason and being in the middle of a quarterback competition. Why in the world would you trade Shedeur Sanders, leaving Deshaun Watson as your starter?
That's the real point. If the Browns trade Shedeur now, what are they getting back? A late-round pick? A backup-level return? Maybe a future Day 3 flyer? That does nothing for Cleveland. It does not solve the quarterback problem. It does not help the roster now. It does not give the Browns a better answer. It only removes a player they still need to evaluate. And that's what makes the trade rumor feel weak. The Browns are not in a position to throw away quarterback options. They've been searching for stability forever. Every year it feels like another reset, another debate, another promise, another disappointment. So if Shedeur gives them even a small chance to find something real, they have to see it through. The Browns do not need to move Shedeur just because people are bored before training camp. They need reps, they need camp, they need preseason. They need to see how he handles pressure. The story is not finished, so trading him before the story even gets real would be another classic Browns overreaction. And the timing makes it even stranger. Shedeur has reportedly improved. Mary Kay Cabot said he came on strong late in OTAs and minicamp. Reports have talked about better footwork, better progressions, better command. That's exactly when you do not trade a young quarterback. When the arrow is moving up, you keep watching.
I think Shedeur has come on so strong in the last few weeks that it's making them think, maybe we should see what he can do in training camp before we decide that perhaps Deshaun Watson might be QB1 on the depth chart.
That's why the media narrative started shifting. At first, some people acted like Shedeur was just a name, just a famous son, just a fifth-round story. But once reporters started saying he improved in the real quarterback areas, the conversation had to change. You can still criticize him, you can still say he has flaws, but you cannot pretend there's nothing there. This is where the Browns media got caught. Some voices pushed the trade idea like it made sense. Then the football people stepped in and asked a simple question. Why? Why would Cleveland trade him now? Why would they give up on a young quarterback before training camp? Why would they move him while Deshaun is still not locked in long term? Why would they create more uncertainty in a room that already has enough?
So based on what I hear, it sounds like it's wide open. It sounds like they're going in with open minds into this competition. The real question is going to be, it's one thing for, and I know that Kevin Stefanski said, don't read too much into the reps and rookie minicamp. It's very, very early. There's plenty of reps to go around.
Pelissero's read is important because he looks at the whole room. He is not saying Shedeur is automatically QB1. He is not saying Watson is done. He is saying the Browns still have a competition to play out. That is the part the trade rumor ignored. The Browns are not done evaluating. And if the evaluation is still open, then moving Shedeur makes no sense. This is also why the trade talk may have helped Shedeur. It showed his value. If teams are even curious, that means the league is watching. If media people are arguing this hard, that means he matters. If insiders have to step in and shut rumors down, that means the conversation got too big to ignore. Shedeur is not a background player anymore. He is the center of the Browns' offseason.
Jeremy Fowler said yesterday on ESPN, I think Deshaun's in the lead, but I think Shedeur is there as well. I don't know whether the Browns want you to think that or whether it's a legit competition.
The QB1 narrative is moving. Watson was supposed to be the default. Shedeur was supposed to be chasing from far behind. But now the gap is smaller. The battle is still open. Todd Monken has not named a starter. The Browns still want to see more. Every day that door stays open, the trade rumor looks worse. And think about the message trading Shedeur would send. It would tell the locker room that Cleveland is not serious about letting the competition play out. It would tell the fan base the Browns are still chasing confusion. It would tell the rest of the league that Cleveland panicked before camp. That is why serious people pushed back. While the media fights, Shedeur keeps working. That is the answer. Not a long post, not a dramatic interview, just reps, throws, timing, footwork, building chemistry, staying ready. And that is what makes this story interesting. The trade rumor was loud, but the logic was weak. The Browns still need quarterback answers. Shedeur still has upside. Watson still has questions. Monken still has not closed the competition, so the idea that Cleveland should move Shedeur now never really added up. That is why Pelissero's comments hit so hard. They forced the rumor to meet reality. They forced Browns media to stop treating speculation like fact. They forced everyone to admit that Cleveland still has to see what Shedeur can become. This does not mean Shedeur has won the job. It does not mean he is untouchable forever. It means the Browns have no reason to give him away right now. And that is the part people need to understand. A young quarterback with momentum is more valuable than a weak trade return. A real evaluation is more valuable than a rumor. A possible future starter is more valuable than another day 3 pick. So Browns media can keep talking. They can keep floating names. They can keep asking if teams are calling. But Shedeur Sanders has already forced the truth back into the conversation. The Browns do not need to trade him. They need to test him. They need to watch him. They need to find out if the answer they keep searching for is already in the room. And if Shedeur keeps improving, this trade rumor will not just look wrong, it will look desperate.